everyone, and welcome to my part 2 of my Reading Rush vlog. If you didn't watch my first one, you might want to check it out because I actually accomplished most of the challenges in the first 4 days of the Reading Rush, and now I'm just kind of casually reading, trying to get done a lot of my other TBR books that have to be returned to the library. So this will be a lot more of a casual vlog where I was like really pushing to read a lot in the first half of the week. If you saw my little montage at the beginning where I was making my tea, you might think that I had a sleep-in day, but no, I've been up for 4 hours. I just didn't get time to make caffeine until then. So I got up at 6 to work out this morning. I've been really trying to make an effort in the last month to work out 4 times a week with like cardio and then doing like strength stuff throughout the week. In my last vlog, you might have seen that I was doing some like push-ups and squats and stuff like that. So I've been trying really hard to work out because at the beginning of all of this COVID stuff, I was taking my anxiety out by eating a lot of food, and it just wasn't healthy for me. I don't judge anybody else's choices of what they do with their diet or anything like that. And I'm not like putting myself on a diet. I was just a lot more active before we are staying at home. And so now I have to like make an effort to get all that exercise in. So I'm trying to like make a commitment to myself to do cardio 4 times a week and all that. So I was lazy at the beginning of this week and didn't work out Monday through Wednesday. So now I have to work out like every day over this weekend. So I just was like, this morning, I'm going to get up and get it out of the way. And I'm just proud of myself because I've never been great at sticking to an exercise schedule. And so I'm proud that I am like sticking to it. So I did that this morning. And then after showering, I had to go and do our grocery order. We now like get our groceries every 2 weeks and do the curbside pickup. We started doing that when COVID happened, and I've really enjoyed it that I might continue doing it on. We might get some produce from like a farmer's market and stuff like that to supplement it, but I really enjoy just getting like all the food meals planned for like 2 weeks, stocking up one grocery trip, putting it all away. A lot of times I'll make meals, put them in the freezer and all that stuff. So like by the time we get to the second week, I'm just pulling it out and reheating. And I'm just really enjoying that schedule. So a lot of this vlog might end up being you watching me cook meals because that's what I'm going to be doing. I bought a lot of stuff to basically have enough meals for the next month and a half is what I did. So I'll have to go to the grocery store to get like the basics, but I bought everything for dinners for a month and a half to 2 months, depending on if we want to like do a lot of leftover days or if we have a day we want to, you know, go for a craving or something like that. So yeah, in terms of reading, if you watch my other vlog, you will know that I have already done 6 of the 7 challenges. I only have 1 book I have to read, and that's Clap When You Land. And I'm not starting that right now because I want to kind of spend this afternoon. Sorry, I'm under the swing set, and so you probably see shaking because my daughter is swinging right now. So I'm not going to do that till this afternoon because I want to sit and read it while listening. So while I'm sitting out with the kids, I think I'm going to start King and the Dragonflies. I'm really excited about reading this because I haven't read anything by Case and Callender, and I've just heard such great things about their writing. So I've shown you the chickens over the last couple days, but now I'm going to show you collecting of the eggs because I'm pretty sure they left some in there. Are they in there? That's exciting.
2.
There's 2 of them. Can you reach it? So today turned out to not be the best vlogging day. I just was really busy and didn't have time to pull out the camera and be recording a lot of stuff. So you didn't get much content today, so hopefully tomorrow, like over the weekend, will be better. When I'm working on some projects, I can get some stuff recorded in there and listen to some audiobooks and things like that. But I didn't even read that much today. Like I read 1 chapter of King and the Dragonflies this morning while the kids were playing, and then I was just doing a lot of house stuff. And then when they went for nap, it turned out I work editing audiobooks for a narrator, and she uploaded a bunch of chapters for me to edit today, and so I wanted to get a jump on that. So I ended up working most of the afternoon while Isa was asleep, so I didn't get any reading done then. Good morning, it is Saturday and I have a lot to do today, so I'm going to be focusing a lot on audiobooks. So I'll probably put in some montages today, maybe give you some updates on what I'm reading. The first audiobook I'm listening to is The Outsiders, and I decided to have this be the one I match my outfit to, because that's one of the mini challenges for the vlog. And it's pretty easy because this is like a silver gray cover. I'll put in a little clip of my full outfit since there's a lot of glare right now. But I went easy because like silver, gray. I'm also wearing t-shirt and jeans, and in the book the greasers describe themselves as wearing t-shirts with jeans, so I have jean shorts because it's 90 degrees today, but still I feel like I match this book. I just started it while I was in the shower, so I'm not very far in, but I'm now driving to go pick up a prescription, and so I'll have 18 minutes there, 18 minutes back, so that's 40 minutes of listening to my audiobook. I'm not going in. Oh, I think actually my mask kind of matches too, black and white kind of theme. So yeah, I'm just going through the drive-thru, get my prescription, come back, and then off to do stuff around the house all day today. Alright, so I finally have time to update you. It's already evening. I just put Eliza to bed, and this is the first chance I've had because I spent the entire afternoon cooking. If you saw from that montage, I cooked basically from 1 o'clock until 6 o'clock, made a bunch of dinners to put in the freezer. So I think I am up to 9 meals in the freezer, and then tomorrow I will probably spend the whole afternoon making more meals. So hopefully by the time we're all done with this, I can't remember how I was going to do total. I think it was like 20 or 25, something like that. It'll be a lot. So by the time I'm finished, I'll have, enough dinners for a month and a half, because we always have at least like a leftover day, and we always have pizza day on Sunday. So really I only need 5 dinners a week, sometimes 4 if we want to throw in something that we're just craving that week. So I did finish The Outsiders because, like I said, I was cooking for 5 hours, and this is only a 5-hour audiobook. And I don't know, dare I say it? I think this is another 5-star read, which would make 4 5-star reads that I have read this week for the Reading Rush. I finished The Outsiders right before dinner, and I was like, I don't know, I feel like it's 5 stars, but oh no, maybe I'm just giving everything 5 stars this week, and maybe I'm going out of control. But I said and thought about it some more. I'm like, no, I really think this is 5 stars. Like, I really loved this book. I had read this in high school. I didn't remember it at all because I had to read it for freshman English class, and I hated my freshman English class teacher, so I blocked out basically everything from that class, everything I had to read. So I didn't remember anything that happened in here. I remembered like the names and stuff like that, but I think that's more just pulp culture, that you hear the names. And so I didn't know what was going to happen, and I was like, shocked a couple times. I actually cried towards the end of this book. I don't know, this hit me. I think that a lot of it is, you know, at the beginning of the audiobook, there was a little message from the author, and she had written this book when she was 16, back in the 60s, I think she wrote it. And she was, you know, wanting to write from a teen's point of view as a teen. And I think a lot of people, the complaint is that this isn't great writing. And no, it's not fantastic writing. It's a 16-year-old writing it. But that works because we're hearing from a 14-year-old kid. Like, this is all from Ponyboy's perspective, and he's 14. And he even says himself that he doesn't talk so good. And I just think it really worked. Like, I really felt like I was following along with Ponyboy, and I was there with him and getting to know him and the dynamics between his brothers and him and the whole gang and friends. And yeah, there were points where I was like taking pictures of the pages to keep the quotes and stuff like that. I don't know. I really loved this book. So I'm just shocked. I've never had this many 5-star books in a row. Like, I'm usually pretty, like, you know, critical about what becomes a 5-star read. But if I just like absolutely love a book, I mean, what am I going to say? Yeah, it's a 5-star read. Like, I would totally see myself reading this book again in the future. So I'm actually going to go now because I have to go water my garden, which I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you can't really see it. It's right over there, my flower garden. And then I have a lot of things to do tonight. I have to edit a video. I have my Keep Read and Unhaul video that will already be up by the time this vlog is up. I gotta edit that and post it. And I have to work out tonight because, like I said earlier, I have to work out every day this weekend. And then I had one more thing I had to do. Oh, I'm gonna work on some more masks. So those are my 3 things I have to do: upload a video, sew some masks, and workout. And it is 7:30. I think I can make it, but I don't know if I'll be updating you again. I know I'll be listening to an audiobook while I sew my masks and stuff. But if I don't update you again tonight, I'll tell you in the morning. Hello, it is Sunday morning, and yeah, I didn't update you last night because I didn't read anything. I just had a lot to do. I had to upload a video, you know, edit, upload it, and worked out. And so the only time I had that I could have done an audiobook was I did some masks, but I was trying a new pattern. And I don't know about you, but like when I'm doing something that's like new, that takes a little bit of concentration, I can't start a new book doing that. So I just didn't. I listened to like a YouTube video. Like, I watched Books and Lala's, her reading day vlog, her reading rush vlog, while I was doing that because I just couldn't concentrate on a new book. So yeah, I didn't read a thing last night. And so this morning we are sitting outside. The kids are doing slip and slide in front of me. So while they're doing that, I think I'm finally going to start Clap When You Land, because I keep saying I'm going to read this. This is the last prompt I need to do. But I wanted to listen to the audiobook and read the book at the same time, which yesterday I didn't have any time to physically read a book. But since I'm just sitting here watching them, I'm going to start it. And, you know, maybe once I get into it, I might decide I don't need to physically read it as well. I like to do that with like poetry, though. I like to see how it's put on the page. But maybe by the time I finish this, I'll feel comfortable just doing the audiobook, because this afternoon, once again, I have more food to make. So I want to be able to just listen to an audiobook. Morning. So it's Monday morning. I meant to finish this vlog last night, but I ended up playing some games and chatting online with some of my buddy reading friends, so I just didn't get to update you. But I did finish Clap When You Land yesterday. I ended up switching to just the audiobook, and then while I was doing stuff in the afternoon, I was listening to this and I finished it and I really loved it. I ended up giving it 4 stars, not 5, just because I thought that the first like third was kind of slow to get into the point. This is a novel written in verse about two sisters that didn't know their sisters. So they share the same father, and he basically has two families and they don't know about each other. One lives in Dominican Republic and the other one lives in New York, and their father dies in a plane crash. And so that's when they discover each other. So it's a lot about family and grief. The audiobook was really good. It's has two narrators. So Elizabeth Acevedo narrates one of the sisters, and then I can't remember the name of the other narrator, but they both did a great job. And I think that this book lends really well to the audiobook. Plus, Elizabeth Acevedo is a great narrator. So yes, really love this one. And now, okay, so because I didn't update this yesterday, I want to talk about something really quick this morning. Because when I woke up this morning, I check my notifications, and I don't normally go on Twitter, but I've been going on Twitter to talk to some people about a readathon I'm doing next month. And so I happened to check my Twitter feed and noticed that there was a lot of stuff happening around the reading rush and some choices that the co-hosts made. And so if you don't know about it, I'm sure you can look it up on Twitter. So they picked a group book and then they didn't read it, and then did a live show where they didn't really talk about the book. And the book was written by a Black author. So right now, when we're really trying to focus on Black Lives Matter and all that stuff and white privilege, it was not a good decision. So I don't want to go into the ins and outs of what they should have done and what they shouldn't have done and all that stuff. Instead, what I want to do is take this time to kind of talk about my experience. And one of the prompts for the reading vlog was to talk about your book experience. And I want to take my book experience to talk about reading diversely and how that can really enrich your reading experience. For me, there have been times when I haven't been great about purposely reading diversely, and I have found that my reading in the last year has not been very diverse. And so I'm trying now to make the switch to purposefully looking for books written by marginalized authors and changing up the way I read. And I have found that when I make a conscious effort to read diversely, it enriches and enhances my reading experience and my reading joy. Because one of the things I love about reading that I have kind of I think forgotten over the last couple years, because I've just gotten into this booktube of reading a lot of these popular books. Books can teach you so much about other people and other cultures, and not even just about teaching. It is about seeing art created by people from other cultures than you, from other experiences than you. And I feel like that really heightens my reading experience. Take, for example, this week, I read 7 books this week, and I really made a conscious effort to make sure that I wanted to read half of the books to be from Black authors, and I didn't quite make 50%. I ended up, out of the 7, reading 3 books by Black authors. I started a 4th one, but because I switched to audiobooks, I didn't finish this. But what I read so far of this book, I loved, and so I kind of wish I had finished it so I could have done really focused on that 50%. But I loved all these books, and they really did heighten my experience of the week, because I was experiencing different cultures and different experiences than my own. For example, my sister, the serial killer, takes place in Nigeria, and there are a lot of times when she talks about food and customs and clothing and all that stuff. And I took the time while I was reading this to look up those things, and it really made my reading experience more enjoyable, because I got to see what this food looks like and what the ingredients are, and makes me want to actually make these recipes, and got to see what the people would be wearing and what the customs she was talking about meant in that culture. And I think that's part of why I gave this book 5 stars. I really felt in the culture of Nigeria, or at least this specific family's experience in Nigeria. And then Clap When You Land, we hear a lot about Camino's experience in the Dominican Republic, which opened my eyes to a lot of things that are happening there to young women. But also Yahara, her experience is really interesting. She talks about how she is dark-skinned and a lot darker skinned than her mother, and then also her feeling she has that Dominican Republican background in her, but that she's never been there. And so how she deals with the fact that she feels like it's part of her, but that how can, you know, a culture necessarily be part of you when you haven't experienced it firsthand. And I just thought that perspective was really interesting too. And all I'm saying is that I think that it's really important to make the conscious effort to read diversely. I've been watching a lot of videos in the last couple months. People are making videos about reading diversely, and I've looked at a lot of comments where people have said some variation of, I don't pay attention to what color skin my authors have or what their sexuality is or all that stuff. I just read books that sound interesting to me. And I think that what they're trying to do is use that kind of like, I'm colorblind kind of language. And the problem with that is that, truthfully, with the way the publishing industry is right now, if you don't go out of your way to read more diversely, you're gonna read majority white authors. And that is just, unfortunately, how the publishing business is right now. And that's why, you know, us that have platforms that have like booktube channels or blogs or whatever like that, the more that we can say, you need to make a conscious effort to go out there. And I'm not like saying that I am perfect at this. Obviously, I didn't do great in the last year because I was just reading a lot of stuff that I heard about and that was popular. And you really need to go out there and like do the research yourself. Editing Kelly here, and I was just getting really passionate about this topic, and so I noticed that I was using very like demanding kind of language, saying you should do this and you need to do this, and I should have been using I statements, and so I apologize for the way I was saying it, but I still stand by the fact that I encourage other people to read more diversely. And even the books that I did read are really popular books. And so I know I'm not doing the best job, and I need to go out and find authors that maybe haven't been pushed as much, that aren't as popular, and be reading those, because there's probably really excellent books out there that I'm not getting information about because of the way the publishing companies are right now. I had a really great reading week. I only had 1 3-star read. I had 4 5 stars and 2 4 stars. So this week was a great reading week for me. I'm really excited to finish off King and the Dragonflies, because even the couple chapters I read of this, I absolutely loved. So I will be finishing that now that I have some time to just sit down and read without doing audiobooks. And I just hope that your reading week went well, and I will see you next time. Bye.